All right, in this tutorial video, we'll cover how to create a Gantt chart and a brief overview of what you would want to put into your Gantt chart. So you're going to start by going to your Google Drive. You're going to want to go ahead. I'm going to use my engineering class as an example, my 2021 A3 Try 1 engineering class, but you can do this for any of your classes or any project. So I'm going to go to my drive. I'm going to go find my engineering folder that I've already created for that class. There's a 2021 A3 Try Engineering. I've got a folder for Cad Model Practice. I have the Gantt model chart that I made in class, but I'll go ahead and do a second one just for this video. Once you are in your proper folder for the class, you're going to come up here to the top left, click on New, come down to where it says Google Sheets, and then slide over to the arrow, and then you just select over here from a template. It's going to create this in a shared folder. This Google Sheet will have the same sharing settings as the folder that it's in, which is great. It means it will automatically be shared with your teacher. I want to make sure that you check the General tab over here, not the Parish Episcopal School, but the General tab. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and then select right here for Gantt chart. And this will go ahead and open up the Gantt chart template. First you want to do is come up here to the top left. Make sure you change the name of this. I'm going to call mine Cribs Tutorial Gantt Chart. You can put in your name and whatever class this is for, Cribs, CAD CAM, or Cribs Engineering. Sorry, your name, not my name. And for Gantt Chart template, we'll come in here. I'll just change this to Gantt Chart Tutorial. Once again, you'll put in whatever class you're working on. Project title, same thing. You can put in class, project manager. This is going to be your student name. You are going to be in charge of this thing. And then you'll put in today's current date. I'm working on this on 9/16. And this will be continually updated. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to kind of highlight the first several weeks of this, come up to the fill color, and just reset that. Get rid of all the colors. I'm going to come in here to these tasks and hit delete so that all those numbers are gone. I'm not sure why that's still green. We'll worry about that later. And then we're going to start putting in the different assignments and the different things we're working on. So it's real simple to go back to your class website. You click on assignments. And this is just an example for this class. But I can see the first several assignments were just some basic homework assignments to get things started for class. We've been doing some CAD model practice, working on learning how to do Fusion 360, and then there's a bunch of journals. And at some point we'll have some more specific items about an engineering project or robotics project or rover or specific CAD CAM projects, and those will show up in here as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in these first three assignments. I'm going to start these out. I'm just going to call these general classwork. Just kind of making up a category that I can throw in all of our random assignments. There's a number 1, 1, 1, 2. They're under this first general classwork category, and then the 1.1, 1.2 are all the projects. This 1.1.1, this is a sub project of this project, and usually we're not going to get that complicated. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to right click. I'm going to delete that entire row. So the first thing that we did was install Fusion 360. Task owner, this is always going to be your name as your student. So I'm just going to go ahead, copy that all the way down. You're always going to be the one, well, the vast majority of the time, you're going to be the one owning all of your tasks. And then for start date and due date, it's real simple to come back here. I can see that was assigned on the 27th and due on the 1st. So I'll come in here, type in 8/27, tab over 9/1. And it did the math for me and told me that that was 4 days. I'm going to go back to my calendar and see that the 27th was a Friday and the 1st was a Wednesday. So I'm going to start on this Friday to this Wednesday. I'm going to highlight those and then just pick a color that you like. And I'm going to say that I finished this whole task. So I'm going to say 100% and hit enter. And then you're going to keep, I'm just going to go ahead and delete those. I'm going to delete these names. I'm going to leave the structure and the framework of this. I'm going to copy student name. Because you're going to own all your tasks unless you're working on something with someone else. Once again, this 321, 322, these are sub-tasks of 3.2. If you have to take a bigger task and break it into smaller parts, you certainly can do that if you need to. Let me delete these whole rows. But that's not going to be often. If you need to insert a row instead of 3.3, I can just type in here 3.4 if I need more of them. So I've got some general classwork assignments. I can go ahead and add in the tool quizzes. Same thing, 8/27 to 9/1. I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to make sure you understand the general idea. 8/27, 9/1. Automatic puts in the duration. And kind of go over to the weeks on the calendar and put in the same color. And I know that and if you haven't finished that, so if you've only taken 4 to the 5 tool quizzes, you can go ahead and mark it as 80% and know that you haven't finished that. And then go ahead and leave a couple extra blanks in here. During the course of the trimester, we'll have more assignments, and you may need to stick some extra ones in here. But you can go ahead, probably delete out the rest of those values. Would absolutely go ahead and put in the website setup, but I don't want to do all of those. Next big category of assignments that we had in this class was Cad Model Practice. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. The first one we had, number 1, was Model 19. So I'll just type in Model 19. I'm going to grab the dates for those. 8/30 to 9/3. So I'll type those into the chart. Once again, it calculates the number of days for me. I'm going to pull up my calendar. So that's from Monday to Friday. So that's going to be this. Oops. And same thing, I'm going to delete all these colors. It's a little complex to deal with those. We'll just pick our own colors. So this 8/30, that's this Monday to this Friday. And same thing, I'll go ahead and put in my color. That's what I've got. Come over here. I know that I've got Model 18, a Model 20, and then a Model 21. And if you've got more models, you can just come over here, click on the 22, right click on it, insert one below, and you can kind of keep adding rows. Type in 2.5, and you can modify this as you need to. So we'll do 18, 9/3 to 9/8. So I'll type those dates in. 3, 9/8. Calculates the number of days. Oh, does it calculate the number of days? No, that's just a 3. Okay. Okay, there's a formula up here that for some reason didn't get copied down. So I'm just going to copy this formula, paste it in there. And now we've got that formula. We can drag that all the way down. Okay. So that formula is going to do it automatically for us, calculate the number of days. And same thing again, you can put in whether you've completely finished a project, whether you're halfway there, 3/4 of the way done, whatever you need to. But this is from 9/3 to 9/8. So I know that this is 9/3 to 9/8. I don't know what those days are. Let me double check. Friday to a Wednesday. Okay, so it's this Friday to that Wednesday. And you're just kind of mapping out what you're doing. All of these are just simple homework assignments, so there's not a lot of variation. Once we start getting into bigger projects, you will plan out ahead of time how long you think it's going to take you to do something. If you're behind on Model 20 and you're late on a homework assignment, then you can certainly talk about that in your reflection, or you can talk about it in your journal that you're not up to date. And as we continue through the trimester, and you continue to modify this, so we're going to have a whole section here on journals. If you're in CAD CAM, you can have a whole section of reflections, whatever the case may be. I can start typing in journal 1, journal 2, all the way down to however many journals you have. You probably should look at the syllabus. You can probably put all these dates in ahead of time and have this all mapped out. And as you go through the trimester and you figure out what percentage you complete, as we add new tasks, you continually come up here, change the date, and every week that you update your Gantt chart, go ahead and take a screenshot of it and stick it into your journal. That way I can see that you're keeping track of what you're working on and what else you need to do. And if you need to add in more concepts, more ideas, more areas, you can certainly do that. You just kind of copy and paste these down and keep working on your project. So that should cover on how to do the Gantt chart tutorial. If you have any questions, please just email me. Thanks so much and have a great day.